Welcome everybody to the inaugural, I don't know the name of the channel yet, but the inaugural D&D campaign, the Curse of Strahd.
Welcome to the pilot.
The pilot, yeah, this is definitely the pilot. There's gonna
Welcome to the pilot.
We're not gonna get her Strahd until mid-season though.
Trainer pilot.
Yeah, everybody says pilots, are usually way worse than the rest of the series.
Okay, this is what we have to do then on this one. We're gonna make this the best, and then the rest are gonna just get progressively worse. How's that? Let's do the opposite.
I like no pressure.
No pressure. All right. So all of y'all are in this small tavern out in the middle of nowhere. You're in an area of the Forgotten Realms that is known for like fur trading and hunting. And again, this tavern is just in the middle of nowhere. Y'all are all sitting at a back table. There's only like a couple of people in there. But y'all are all sitting at the back table and y'all are playing a card game together. All right. The name of the game is called Gambit of Ord. So everybody needs to get a D8, a D6, and a D4.
That game.
And you bet. So the rules are as follows. You have to start out, everyone has to put 1 silver in the pot. Then you'll roll the D8. Don't tell anybody the number. Then you can raise, call, or fold. Huh?
They said D6 and D4.
No, D8, a D6, D4.
Okay.
And so once you roll the D8, you can, once everybody's done it, you can raise, call, or fold. Same with the D6, same with the D4. And at the end of that, you add those numbers together. The person with the highest number wins the pot. Okay?
All right.
Except 80% of the pot goes to you and 20% goes to the tavern. Okay? This
Reg.
Huh?
That's a large reg.
20%? Yeah, it is. But that's what this tavern has. Who cares? So this is a good point for everybody to also kind of introduce their character, whatever story you have for them, or if you're just however you feel about it. So we'll start out with Ulag. So everybody just introduce themselves, and then we'll just who you are, your name, your class, and your race.
I'm Ulag the Destroyer. I'll pound my silver on the table.
Okay.
By the power of Grumesh, I will destroy everything and steal your money.
Daniel.
I'm Lazarus. I'm a Vidalcan, and I have to go to ye old ATM to get some coins because apparently my coin purse is empty.
Oh, it should be fixed now.
I showed 0.
Really?
Let me refresh.
Yeah, refresh it because I just did it.
Okay, yeah. The ATM spilleth over.
It is bountiful.
Daniel.
Look, my name's Larry Embers. And just because I'm sitting here drinking with y'all and playing cards, don't think that I won't fuck with you if you fuck with me, because I will freak out in a hot fucking second. No pun intended. I am a fire genasi. My parents were killed by water-bearing merchants or people posing as merchants when I was a kid. I was raised by another air genasi until he sold me into what was basically a gladiator slavery for no money because I stole something from him when I was 12 years old. And then I became the baddest motherfucker you've ever met in your life. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey.
All right.
I'm a half orc who's been blessed by his war god with supreme powers of conquest.
Oh, I don't know what you're going to be conquesting today.
I'm going to be conquesting this pot
God, okay.
Oh, by the way, the flames that are coming off my head, that's just my hair. Thanks for asking. I'm fine.
I didn't want to be rude.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So
Try pouring water on me and see what happens, motherfucker.
does any liquid work? Maybe booze. Let's just flame you up even more.
Yeah.
Let's-
You just want to
Larry
add
and
fuel
what's
to
your
the
character's
fire.
name?
Well,
Oh, where's the joke at,
Lazarus.
Lazarus.
Were you raised from the dead?
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll find out.
You should work on that. You should work on that somehow. All right. So everybody go ahead and has everybody got a coin in the pot?
Yes.
That's 3 silver. Now, again, you can raise it to whatever you want. You can fold or call once you roll. And we'll start out with ULAG. Then once everybody rolls, you'll raise, call, or fold. And then we'll go down to Lazarus. And then we'll go down to Larry. Okay, we'll do it that way. So everybody go ahead and roll your D8. All right.
7.
ULAG, you want to...
7.
Don't tell.
Fold.
Old.
You just won the pot. Don't tell anybody what you rolled. It's after you roll 3 of them. Then we go
I thought
down.
I thought it was like Texas Hold'em. We got to see most of everybody's cards.
No. So you got 3 silver.
Raise.
All right, let's try this again.
Go fold.
I mean, you can keep doing that.
Next time, roll a 1. I'm still in. I'm ready. All right, everybody roll and don't tell anybody. D8.
9.
All right. ULAG, what are you going to do?
I will raise 1.
All right. Lazarus.
I'll call that.
You should have to raise at least a pot, right? Well, I guess not. No, it's okay.
No, not now.
I'll see your 1 and raise it 3 more.
Somebody likes his hand.
I will call.
I'll call.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6,
It should be 15. total.
Should be 15 in the pot.
15. And forget the rake. I don't even want to deal with the rake. So
Yeah.
if we end up at a casino, then we'll deal with the rake. How's that?
Can we just assume that I like intimidated the shit out of you to not take a rake?
Okay, sure. Why not? You intimidated the
I'll roll the check. I don't give a shit. I'll roll it.
He's all about this.
I'll roll it. I'm fucking ready to bully some people.
All right, everybody roll the D6. All right. Go along y'all's merry way with ULAG.
Call.
What?
I think you mean check.
Check.
You should start with Lazarus on this one, and then go to me, and then go to him. So it's not the first person betting every time. So, well, I guess it would be like that if it was
Yeah.
poker.
We're playing the same. It's the first hand.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Lazarus.
I mean, change the rules.
I'm gonna bet 5.
I'm staring into your soul, Lazarus.
I mean, y'all can.
I call you 5.
Oh,
Put
wow.
ULAG's out.
My flaming coin down on the table in front of you.
ULAG is out. All right, so
I pull out a cigarette and reach over and light my cigarette on Daniel's head, and then just like stare away, motherfucker.
And I will laugh heartily because even though I'm I'm typically such a hard motherfucker when I'm in the pub. That's one of my favorite tricks to do for people. So you should have just asked. I would have done it for you.
All right, Lazarus and
I like you so far.
so Lazarus and Larry, go ahead and roll your d4s. And the pot's up to 25, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, so Lazarus, what do you want to do?
I'll throw another 5 out there. Larry.
Oh, I like you, and I hate to lose, but I don't mind losing to you. I fold.
Oh, wow. That was a very uneventful ending to that. All right, so as you collect your money, the barkeep comes over to the table, and he's very timid at the moment. And in his hand, he holds an envelope, and he comes up to him and he's like, I'm sorry to interrupt, but this letter was left this afternoon, and I was holding until I was sure you three, there's supposed to be 4, you 3 were whom the carrier said the letter was for. My apologies for the delay in bringing you this. I have also already been paid for your food and drink, and if you require lodging, it has been paid for as well. He sets the letter down on the table between Ulag and Lazarus and walks back away from the table, back to his bar.
Well, that's interesting.
Free drinks.
Yay.
I would like to lunge for the letter.
Lunch.
Okay, so as you go to lunge for the letter, you hit the table, kind of knocking the drinks aside, and are y'all going to try and stop him from grabbing the letter?
No.
Okay.
You're not at all worried about the fact that someone that's made of fire
Just
grabbing
don't
a
hit your
letter
head.
that is intended for
It's grabbing the
you,
letter.
and the person that sent it paid for all your drinks, and you don't want to see what it says before I burn it up.
Before
I don't
the
think
fire
your
guy
hands are
touches it.
fire. By the way,
Do what?
your hands are not fire.
A bit, but they can be at any time.
Well, is it fire now?
Not yet.
He's excited, so yes. Premature immolation.
I'm like Cyclops, sometimes I can't control it if I'm not wearing my goggles.
Does it burn when you pee too?
I don't know what that means.
For other reasons.
Yeah. All right. So are you letting him grab the letter or not?
I'll let the fire genasi grab the letter. I'm too busy drinking.
Lazarus.
He's a lot bigger than me, and he let me light my cigarette off his head. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him read.
All right.
Okay, so I grabbed the letter, but I just did that to scare y'all because I think that y'all don't know much about me, and you might think that I can burn things whenever I want, but I can't. I do have to. I have to summon that power. Ha ha ha! And I throw the letter to Lazarus. You read this shit.
All right. So I'll read you the letter. Okay. So there's a seal on it with a B. Why don't Lazarus, since you have it, give me a investigation check real quick, please.
$15.
15. So, I mean, you've seen letters stamped with seals before. You do notice this seal seems a little bit off in the way it's like, almost like it's been carelessly stamped on there. It's kind of not fully a B that you see. So as you open into it, the letter reads, "Hail thee of might and valor, I, the burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. Now my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer, so I say to you, give us up for dead and encircle this land with the symbol of good. Let holy men call upon their power, that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we all departed for a better life. Roland Ivanovich, Burgomaster.
Say Burgermaster.
Burgomaster. Burgomaster.
Roland the Burgermaster. So
Well,
Can we get a perception check on the guy that brought us the letter?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you want to look for?
See if he seems deceptive or
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
I don't think that was very good. 8.
An 8. I mean, he was kind of nervous holding the letter, and he was nervous talking to y'all.
Okay.
I mean, the letter came for y'all days before, and y'all were described to him. So, I mean, he was nervous, but there's nothing deceptive that you notice in his actions. I mean, he's just the barkeep.
where's he telling us to
so-
go to?
Barovia.
Barovia.
Can we go ask him if he's ever seen us before?
Him, the barkeep.
Yeah.
So you wave the barkeep over, and he comes in. He's like, "Yes. What can I get for you?"
Hey, I'm just curious to know if you received this letter a few days ago. Is this the first time that you've seen us around here, or is this your first opportunity to give us this letter?
This is the first time. I've been looking for y'all for past day, and y'all came in today.
how did you know you were looking for us?
Y'all were described almost to a T.
By
A half orc, a fire genasi, and a feeble wizard.
People wizard.
By who brought you the letter?
It was brought by a courier. It's our normal courier here in town, or in this part of the world. I mean, he probably received this letter a week ago because it usually takes him 2 or 3 days to get here.
So this wasn't a special letter. This is someone that you get mail from every day.
The courier brings it. I don't know who gave it to him, though.
Which town are we in right now?
You're not in any town. You're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, okay. Where's Barovia from here? I asked that.
I have never heard of such a town.
What's Barovia?
It's the town that y'all are going to. Or the
I wanna
land.
grab him,
Not the town.
shake the bartender, and tell where is Barovia?
It's like, I don't know where it is.
Do you guys have a vampire problem around here or anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
You want one?
As the fire genasi starts to attack a vampire.
Oh, I couldn't help it. Sorry.
I mean, and then the bartender says, I guess you're gonna have to call oh my goodness, what was his name? What was the John Carpenter vampire movie? Who was that was in that?
I don't know.
I can't think of his name. Anyway, I was going to make a joke that just fell completely flat.
Well, it made me think that I wish I had
But
the super discipline to hone in on one of the super nerdy things that I like, which would be horror movies, but I don't because my nerd has so many sub levels.
James Woods.
It's always James fucking Woods.
It's James Woods.
Isn't it always James Woods?
The bartender just tells y'all, maybe I should call James Woods. I've heard he's a good vampire hunter. So as you Ulag set the bartender down, the door to the tavern just flings open, and the wind outside is picked up. You can hear it howling, and in steps this rather tall man, and he walks straight towards y'all with I mean, he's like walking with a purpose. He's kind of menacing in a way, and he moves quickly to y'all. The barkeep looks at him and kind of steps to the side to get away.
I'll stand up and greet him, but not say a word.
So you're just gonna stand up.
Yeah.
Just look at him.
Like in his way and grunt.
Okay. So anybody else doing anything here?
Yeah, I'm gonna pour myself a drink and keep an eye on him with a really fucking shit-eating smirk on my face all the time.
Will, are you just kind of taking it in?
Yeah, for right now, I'm just kind of soaking everything in and watching this guy.
Okay, so he walks right up to the table. He looks at you, Ulag, and as you grunt, he just grunts. He's a human. He just grunts right back at you, and he's not scared at all. He's like, it's like a Tim Allen grunt, though. You know, from And as he does that, right after he just speaks in this gruff, raspy voice. He's like, "I am Argel. I am to be your driver to the land of Barovia. Finish your drinks and your food. We must leave at once. Your carriage awaits outside."
I finish my drinks when I fucking feel like it. Give a fuck who you are.
Okay. And then he looks at you and he's like, "It looks like your drink's done." And then he turns around and walks out. And the door, you notice as he walks out, the door just kind of slams shut by itself.
I don't think we should go with this guy.
I think we should.
Well, but the person who was going to send us on the quest paid for our lodging for the night if we wanted it. If they were going to pay for our lodging, they wouldn't have sent this guy like
Sent
right.
to Kurt.
Well, this was also...
Maybe he paid for the past days, like the debt that we've incurred.
He covered our tab.
Yeah. So let's on my way out, can I go to the bar and just grab a big barrel?
A big barrel of ale?
Like a whole barrel.
Oh, since somebody else is paying for it.
Take it right out the door with me.
And I'll walk behind you to see if anyone says some shit.
No, nobody's going to say anything, trust me. So go ahead and give me a strength check, please.
21.
Okay, you reach behind the bar with ease and grab one that is still closed and throw it over your shoulder and walk out. And everybody else is following?
Yep.
I'm gonna cast message and tell the bartender, sorry.
And he hears it and he looks up at you and he just kind of mouths,
I'm so sorry for my friends.
Well, they're not really your friends. Apparently, Daniel has trust issues and wants to intimidate both of y'all. Nick doesn't care, and you're the nice one. So y'all walk out and sit in this black carriage with black horses, and Arigel sits atop the carriage holding the reins. And as you walk up, a door to the carriage just opens for you. He looks down and sees you carrying that big ale, and he's like, strap it to the back, half-orc.
And I ignore him, and I push it into the middle of the carriage with me.
This is the worst group.
Even if I break the door.
So all y'all load up, and he before he hitches the reins, he kind of leans down and he goes, "Don't get too comfortable in there. It's not that far to Barovia." So as soon as he says that, sorry, there's a nap. As soon as he says that, the door shuts and the carriage takes off with y'all in it.
Let's pull in the carriage.
2 black horses. So you're traveling, and I need. Who wants to give me a perception check?
I will.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check.
4.
4. You look out and all you see is the night sky and just dark. You don't notice anything.
He's too deep in that barrel.
Yeah, he's.
Apparently tonight, yeah.
Anybody else or no?
I'll give a perception check.
Oh, good grief.
Now one.
Also a
You're
6.
as loaded as I am.
Oh my goodness.
This is very appropriate rolling.
Jesus. So as it goes a little bit further, and you start to hear it going over like a bridge. You know, the wooden slats on a bridge, so you hear the wheels going over that, and it's really loud. And I mean, literally, as fast as it started, all of a sudden, there's no more sound coming, and the ride seems a lot easier. I am gonna have y'all give me one more perception check, please.
All 3 of us.
17.
Let's go ahead and all roll, and we'll take
There you go,
the
18.
17.
Can we add them together?
yeah, no, the 18 works.
We extra perceive things.
So Nick, so you kind of get curious as to why, like, no bridge is really that short. I mean, it's like, and you look out. When you look out, you see this mist, and then you also look and you see it's just dark. It's almost like you're in the sky, moving across. You watched the movie recently, bro. Oh no, you didn't. No, you watched a different one.
Yeah. I'll pound on the carriage and yell at the driver, like, where the hell are we?
Oh, we're just, he kind of leans and he kind of laughs at you. He's like, we're just right outside of Barovia. We'll be there in a couple of minutes. So, and as he finishes saying, all of a sudden you hear the wheels catch onto like gravel, and there's kind of a little bump, and the carriage slowly comes to a stop. And all of a sudden the doors just completely open on both sides for y'all to exit. And Argel jumps down off of the carriage and he tells you, this is where we must part. Follow the road beyond the stone gates. They will lead you to the land of Barovia. And you notice not too far to your west of where you're standing, you notice these 2 mountains and this huge gate that goes from each mountain. I mean, the mountain range is huge. So the land of Barovia sits in a valley between 2 mountains. And this is the eastern gate to get into it. And you notice that gate is, and the stone wall is 100 feet tall or more.
Cool.
I'm going to cast message and whisper to Arvel, thanks for the ride.
He just kind of is like, and he jumps back on and turns the carriage around and disappears. As you watch,
Still have my barrel, right?
Yeah, you took your barrel. And as you watch, but then you also notice on both sides of the roads are these giant trees. The sky is completely gray, and you notice this mist that is on the ground, but also it's covering the forest around you. And you see him ride through the mist as it kind of cuts you off from where you just came from. So to your east is a wall of mist, and to your west is these huge gates.
Let's find our adventure, and I walk towards the gates.
All right, so as you start, everybody going? Because I know that y'all.
Yeah, I'm going, but not because they're going. I'm going because I want to. I'm not following anybody.
Oh my goodness.
Going because they're going and I don't want to get killed.
So as you get closer to the gates, I'm going to actually read this from the book because it does a great job describing this. Fog spills out over the forest to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the roads are high stone buttresses looming in the gray in the fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. 2 headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you with only silence. So as you're walking to it, you see the gates start to swing open by themselves as you get close to it. And as soon as you cross the threshold of those gates, the gates behind you quickly close.
Cool.
Was that on this side of the
Perfect
gates,
timing
or?
for sound effects.
Yeah. You also hear witches cackling off in the distance. There's owls, wolves howling.
So
Do we see anybody or any sign of civilization at this point?
Not at this moment, no.
Just a road.
Like I said, to the south and north of you are these huge woods that seem like they are, they're so dense that you really can't see into them. You see this fog and this mist between the trees as well. And again, it also kind of runs across the ground. I mean, there's only one way to go.
Yeah, keep walking. I keep walking
Okay.
confidently.
All right. So as y'all keep walking, Daniel with his confident walk, I want you to do like the happy dance.
Do the Vince McMahon.
No chance, because that's what you got.
Yeah, I'm gonna just assume when I'm walking anywhere, I'm fucking full on Vince McMahon walking times.
All right, so as y'all walk, where was it? So y'all continue down the road, and y'all been walking for probably about an hour, and off to the north, you see a dead body laying there. You can smell the death in the air, and also you're hearing a lot more howling around you as well.
I would like to cast Mage Hand and check the body's pockets.
Okay.
Okay. Poke, poke, poke.
He's already at it. So, yeah, why do all your characters do that, Nick?
No, I was a mage hand is poking the body.
So as your mage hand digs into one of the coat pockets, he finds an envelope or a letter that has a seal that has been broken.
What does the seal remind us of the seal that we saw at the previous?
So you have the mage hand bring it back to you, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So as you take it, you notice that this seal is also the Burgomaster seal from the other envelope you have, but you notice how it's more of like a professionally, it looks like it belongs opposed to this other one. And then when you open up that letter and you begin to read it, it reads exactly the same letter that y'all got before.
So we weren't even the first choice.
Yeah. This isn't looking good, guys.
Yeah.
So are you wanting to go to the other letter as well, or the other pocket? What, Daniel?
Yes.
No, I'm just saying there ain't shit to worry about.
Oh, yeah. All right. So as it digs around in the other pocket, you find a coin that has that same emblem on it, which as y'all have known before in wherever y'all are all from or worlds you've been to. That means that this guy was a servant of the Burgomaster who was sent with this letter. So you know he does belong.
This is giving me a boner, y'all. I'm just gonna be honest. It's getting me really excited.
Hey, Nick, I'm glad your daughter.
Sorry.
Dead guys, right?
God. Yeah. Just let me know in the future if I need to be in PC mode or not. Because
Oh, you don't have to be. No. So
He's like 2 rooms away.
okay.
Now that you know that he's dead, you found these 2 things. You would walk up to him and you notice he's covered in claw marks and bite marks and is just a bloody mess. His intestines have been ripped out.
Can we
and he's
tell
actually
what
wearing nice clothes.
did the damage?
Huh?
Can we tell what did the damage?
From the knowledge of just from y'all being around, you realize it's wolves.
Hey guys, it's wolves.
That's your character should just repeat everything I say.
I used to have a wolf for a pet. It ran away.
This isn't even the dumbest character I've ever rolled.
No, it's not. So
I guess I've seen 3 of them now. Yeah, it's definitely not.
So, do y'all want to keep moving on?
Yeah, there's nothing to see here. We got everything off the bodies. What else is left?
Okay, there's nothing left.
Nothing else worth salvaging?
Any more bodies?
No more bodies. Nothing worth salvaging. Unless you want to. I mean, his clothes are ripped to shreds, covered in blood. There's no valuables on him whatsoever.
Okay.
I'll flip the have my mage hand flip the coin over to Larry since it gave him a boner.
Why do all my characters fall in love with you instantly? I can't help it.
Yeah, and it's not even that Link. It's not even your character that was in love with Link either. It's kind of weird.
I know, it's funny. Oh, I miss being in love with Link in story / real life. That's funny.
All right, so as y'all continue down the road, you go about another hour, and you start to hear rustling in the woods to the north of you.
I get behind them too.
Get behind those two, and as y'all stop and kind of watch to see what comes out, to see if something's coming out to it, you do see these 2 menacing-looking scarecrows come out. They're your typical scarecrow, but all their stuff is ripped. They're covered in blood as well, and they just come walking towards you guys, and that is where we will roll for initiative.
I'm last.
All right, Ulag,
13.
13.
Yep.
Lazarus,
8.
go
3
ahead.
total. 3 total.
Oh my god! So you rolled a 1.
I did roll a 1.
Oh my god! Okay.
Get it out of the way.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Freaking
All
scared.
right. So let me pull up my encounter here.
I've got to buy some dice. I'm doing everything on my phone, but I've got like a D12, a D10, and a D6 here. Like, I can't find anything else.
All right. So as they lurch towards you, they start to come a lot faster, and Scarecrow number 1. Pull him up. Lunges at you, Ulag. That would be a 7. I know that completely does not hit, but they have 2 attacks with their claws, and that is going to be a nat 20.
21.
Huh? 1. The first claw goes, you're able to kind of duck around it, but as you do, the second claw catches you right in your chest plate, and it rips into you, doing 15 damage. Ulag, it is your turn. I think, Will, you might want to be backing up. Oh, go ahead and give me a wisdom check, please. A wisdom saving throw check.
15. Wait, hold on. Wisdom?
Yeah.
16.
16. Okay. Continue on. It's your turn.
Are these undead?
We're
We're classified as undead?
No.
trying to figure out which attack I want to do. I think I want to do Booming Blade.
Okay.
So I take an attack on it, which
Mhm.
is 18.
Okay, that is a hit.
Uh, plus 4. 6 damage.
6.
Yes. Now, Booming Blade, if he willingly moves any direction, he takes 1d8 damage.
Okay. All
Like,
right.
let me double check that. It's the first time I played it. If the target willingly moves before the start of my next turn, it immediately takes 1d8 thunder damage. Can I kick him? Backwards.
As a bonus action, we'll see if you can kick him backwards.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and give me a strength check. And I'm gonna get. You got to beat my strength check.
Nat 20, 24.
Got 1. So you kick him back, and he takes 8 more damage. He knocks back 5 feet. But as that happens, go ahead and give me another DC Wisdom saving throw, please.
It'll be 13.
13. God, you lucky man. All right, so Lazarus, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna squeeze up between them and cast Burning Hand.
Okay, you're squeezing up between
Not
not the scarecrows, these two guys.
right, because aren't the scarecrows are right in front of them, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna do a 15-foot cone, so it'll hit both of them.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and do I roll a dexterity or something?
Yeah, both of them do a dexterity saving throw.
That would be a 8 and a 9.
14. So each creature takes 3d6 fire damage.
All right. So,
Yeah.
And also they're vulnerable to fire. So it's
I
gonna.
kind of figured that.
And I think, and you know what? Anybody watching this, I don't care. I know the rules a little bit, but I'm just gonna call it double damage. How's that? Or is
Not
somebody-
cool, bro.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Not in the fucking rules. Damn it. Oh my god.
All right. So go ahead and roll.
Shut up.
They take 3d6 each.
Yep.
All right. So go ahead and roll and just double it.
Okay. 4, 3, 6. So that's 13,
26. 26 damage, right?
to both of them.
All right. No, that's just for the scarecrow number 1. Roll for the second one.
Okay. 1, 6, 4. So 11, 22.
22. Wow, that's a hardy little spell you got there, buddy. So as it goes, it catches both of them on fire, and you notice that the first one that attacked Ulag, it goes up into flames really quick and just kind of falls to the ground, burning, and this loud screaming comes from it. It is dead. The other one is on fire and it's hurt, and it looks at you, Larry Embers. And I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Not my best saving throw. 4.
4. So as you look at it and it looks at you, even you get this like sense and this like crazy glare from it, and you can't take your eyes off of it, and you become magically frightened of it. And you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while it's around, and you cannot willingly move closer to the source of the fear. So you can't move close to it. And you are also paralyzed, so you cannot move whatsoever anyway.
What?
So it comes towards you, and it rolls a 15. So it swings at a paralyzed creature that can't move with its one claw, and at the other one it swings again, and I guess the fire is kind of messing with it as well. It swings and it goes for a 7. So completely misses it, and you are paralyzed and frightened until the end of the Scarecrow's next turn. So, or until it's killed. So you cannot do anything on this round.
Can I be scattered, smothered, and covered as well?
Sure, why not?
All right, I'm gonna go pee since I can't move.
Okay. No, you can't. You can't go pee either.
You're paralyzed.
Out of character, I'm gonna go.
Okay. All right, Ulag, it's your turn.
All right, since I saw how good effective fire was,
Mm-hmm.
was there a guy white in front of me? Because I kicked him.
He's dead.
Oh, he's dead, so there's only one left?
Yeah.
So I will cast Green Flame Blade,
Mm-hmm.
which is an attack roll. So that will be 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
That does not hit. So your green flame blade just goes flying right by it. And it kind of it just hits in between both the Scarecrow and Larry Embers. That's like a porn name. That's why it hurts. All right. You gonna try anything else? Like a bonus action or anything?
No, I don't. So, no, that's all I will do.
All right. Now it is your turn, Lazarus.
I am going to I'm gonna back up a little bit and cast Chill Touch.
Okay.
I mean, it's my only damaging cantrip. So I rolled a 16.
That will definitely hit.
All right. So 1d8 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And that's a 1.
So this
today.
This chilled looking hand comes out and it hits it, but you notice that it just pats all the fire out on him.
Yeah.
And it disappears.
It's like, stop it.
Yes, it's like, stop. All right. All right, so Scarecrow number 2, still focused on Larry Embers. With his first attack, a 13. 1, 3. 13, does that hit?
No, he's got 16.
He has a 16, okay. All right, first one. And the second one is an 18.
Oh,
That definitely hits. And as it claws into you,
As it claws into you.
oh God. You take 9 damage. And it slashes you, kind of catching you across the throat above your armor and drags down into it, kind of ripping your armor as well. All right. It is the end of the Scarecrow's next turn. It is your turn there, Larry Embers.
Can't do anything.
No, it's at the end of that was his that turn. So now
Oh. I'd like to, so if I do produce flame, can I also attack that same turn, or do I have to wait a turn?
Is the produce flame an action or is it a bonus action?
It's an action.
Oh, so you would have to wait to the next turn.
Okay. So I'm not particularly scared of this thing since he wasn't able to hit me in the first place, and I'll produce flame, hold it in my hand like this, and go.
And just stare at it.
Hashtag wait for it.
Okay. All right.
Oh no, he can attack with the produce flame in the same turn.
He can.
I can.
Yes.
Okay.
It
don't
just
know
ends the flame though. Once I attack
Correct.
with it, it's over.
Correct.
So here's the thing, just everybody else watching, I don't know. I've never played a Genasi or whatever it is. I don't know anything about them, and
I don't either. That's why I'm doing it.
all the characters were new to me today. I let them keep it a secret until. So, all right. So go ahead, sir.
$12.
Oh, just hits.
Ooh.
So go ahead and roll for damage, and it's doubled
Right. 4 fire damage.
total. Did
No.
you double that?
No, 8 total.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, you're rolling bad tonight.
Like, man, you suck.
All right, so after you watched Lazarus's chill touch pat all the fire out on the thing, you produced this flame in your hand and smacked the holy hell out of it, and catching it back on fire. And it's just his face is on fire and it's starting to melt off. It looks over once it does. Its head kind of turns over and looks at Lazarus. Lazarus, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
Scarecrow.
You're muted.
14.
14, that saves. You look at it and you see it's one of its eyes just melting away. It's mass, so you don't get intimidated or frightened by it. Ulag, it's your turn.
I will try to attack with Green Flame Blade again.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be 21.
That's a hit.
It'll be 5 fire damage.
Total?
That's
Remember, it's doubled.
so if it's double, it'll be 10.
10. All right, so as you see it cut, the green flame blade comes out of nowhere and just completely cuts through this scarecrow, cutting straight down in the middle of its head into it. You see this half of its body kind of go that way, but it's stuck at the waist, and it turns to you and it just starts hobbling over to you, and it like and as it falls dying, it falls on you, and you take 3 fire damage. Daniel, you took those 9 off, didn't you?
Those what now?
The 9 damage you took it off, didn't you?
Oh, I didn't even think that I had it in the first place. Sorry.
Oh no, yeah, they got you on the second claw attack. You got you.
Oh, okay. But I'm supposed to take it off?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, good.
it's a little bit easier than I thought it was going to be. Those things are a little.
3? You said 3 damage?
Yes, 3.
I'm not doing too good.
You're not.
I'm gonna cast
Keep talking. I'm getting a drink.
Cure Wounds on myself. Is it gonna be enough? Good enough for now.
How many did you get back?
I got 9 back.
9 back. What's everybody standing at right now?
20.
32.
11.
What a diverse group.
How many do you have, Daniel?
32.
32.
Motherfucking
right.
boss.
All right. So as y'all, I take it y'all are gonna continue down the road towards whatever, because you don't really know where you're going just yet.
Yes. Was there
but
was there anything remarkable about the scarecrows?
No, they're magically induced creatures.
Okay.
I'd like to have like a super macho moment and say like, I know y'all saw me scare that scarecrow, but it's just for some mystical shit. I'm not scared of a fucking scarecrow. It's bullshit. I ain't scared of nothing.
Are you sure about that?
I ain't scared of anything. Mystical voice that's coming from nowhere.
I cast my mage, pat him on the back, and say, "It's okay."
And that immediately
keep
makes
walking.
the flames on my head rise. But I also realize that I like you at the same time.
He also he popped a boner.
And it evens out by me just going and then walking forward. I'm not used to having friends. Not that you're my friend.
All right. So as y'all walk down the road, the time really hasn't changed that much. It hasn't. I mean, time has passed. You're probably about 5 hours into your walk. That includes the finding the dead body and the scarecrows. But really, there's been no seemingly passage of time because the sky's been dark the whole time, overcast. The fog is still around. The mist is still crawling across the ground. And as you walk down the road, ahead of you see tall shapes looming out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. The tall shapes become recognizable as village dwellings. The windows of each house stare out from pools of blackness. No sound cuts the silence except for mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets.
There's crybabies in this town.
Like,
So as y'all
I
walk
stop.
into
your screen froze with you just going.
Oh, did it? So as y'all get to the town, there's no markings for the name of the town or anything like that. But y'all walk into town, you notice the streets are empty. All the windows seem to be, there's no light whatsoever in any of the houses. Maybe a few have some, but not much. And as y'all get kind of close to the center of town, y'all come in and y'all come into where it's so y'all go into it kind of northeast, and then you cut east along into what would be, I guess, the center of town, because then you have a road that cuts northwest, one that cuts south, and one that cuts all the way, keep continuing east. There's buildings all around you, houses, different types of, there's assuming that there's an inn, a tavern, all this other kind of stuff. I mean, you just can't make it out just yet. But in the middle of that, that sobbing that you heard goes away, and it's replaced by this you just start hearing in the distance words. You can't make out the words just yet. I need everybody to give me a perception check, please.
$17.
6.
15.
15. So Ulag and Lazarus, both of y'all look, and in the mist you see this humanoid shape kind of appear, and it seems to be pushing something, and it's walking through the mist towards you. Larry Embers, you're picking your nose or something. You don't really notice it. But as it gets closer to you, you start hearing what those words were saying, and you hear pastries for sale. They give you sweet dreams. And as you kind of hear this and you see this emerge from the fog where you're at and get it closer so that you see this old lady pushing a cart that has got like these pastry puff type things all over them. And as she comes out and gets closer, she sees y'all and she goes, "I have not seen y'all here before. You must be strangers."
Yes.
I'm going to instantly be incredibly nice to her and say, yes, indeed, we are strangers from far land, and we are seeking these wonderful pastries that you speak of, because I personally need an escape from time to time from the thoughts in my head.
Oh, these pastries will do that, definitely.
I'll take 5.
She actually looks at you and she goes, "The first one's on the house, honey."
Oh, wonderful. I'll take 6. Thank you.
Then she tells you that they are 5 silver each. And again, anybody watching this that wants to give shit to me about it, I didn't look up what the cost of them were. I just made the shit up. There you go.
Can I
It's
get
my
10?
game.
Can I get 10 for 40 silver?
10 for 40 silver?
Mhm.
Sure, I'll make a deal with you.
All right.
While they're doing this, I am just going to sit down and drink more of my cast ale.
A drink. Oh, you're gonna sit.
I've already eaten my one that's on the house while she's bagging up the other 10.
No, don't eat it. It puts you to sleep. Okay. So
Too late now.
that's for Ashley. It is too late now. So as you bite into this pastry, you start to feel a little bit tired, and you kind of just lay on the ground and go to sleep. Yeah, and you see him, he looks like a puppy where he's just like, and the lady, the older lady looks at y'all and go, it is very unfortunate that you have found your way to this land.
I want to grab her by the shirt and yell at her, why'd she poison the genasi?
Oh,
What
honey.
have you done? I'm going to shake her violently and yell
And
at
as you do that, she grabs your hand, and you feel like this incredible strength in her, like almost crush her hand and pull it away from you and kind of just give it to you. And he's like, honey, he's just dreaming sweet dreams.
You can hear me saying in my dreams that don't mess with her, okay?
These dreams
her.
are an escape from this world.
It's okay.
What have you done to him?
The pastries did it. I just explained this.
What's in the pastries?
Magic.
I can't say anything.
Yeah, Daniel's out.
I'm on heroin. Like the really good stuff from Amsterdam.
The pastry dragon.
Yes.
I'll go and I'll try to wake up Daniel.
I'm riding the cake dragon.
Okay.
Slap him around a few times.
Smack him around a few times. He doesn't move.
Barry. Barry.
Well, would you two like to buy some of my pastries for when you should use them as you're going to sleep, so you sleep better, not when you're not prepared?
I'll have one on the house.
All right. So she gives you one.
No, my
But I'm not gonna
I need to stay alert as I move forward and destroy these lands
Yeah, whoever thought Nick would be the responsible one.
and smite my enemies.
You're really showing your versatility here, Nick.
Right?
Yeah. Well, as strangers to this land of Bavaria, I welcome you. Again, it is unfortunate that you found your way here, though.
That is nothing unfortunate.
We're looking for Roland Ivanovich.
Oh, the burgomaster.
Yeah, the burgermaster.
The burger.
Yes. We hear
Burgers.
pastries are great with burgers.
Burger.
Oh, you've come to the right place. The village of Barovia, in the land of Barovia, is where he is at. But I must say that he is taken ill.
What happened?
Pastries?
It's not. It was not pastries. No. He.
Wasn't pastry related.
it was the diabetes. It got him.
They took his foot.
It was ye old Beatus.
I mean, he's been worried about his daughter Irina, and I guess his health just slipped away.
Was his name Wilford?
No.
You check your sugar and you check it often.
That's my bad diabetes joke. Sorry, I can't help it.
You're asleep.
Diabetes.
Having sweet dreams of Wilford Brimley.
Yeah, but anyway, you can faintly hear me saying my dreams, Liberty Medical.
Where is the village of Barovia?
You're in the village of Barovia.
No, so the Burgermeister's here.
Burger.
Yes. And she points kind of northeast. His manor is just northeast of here. But again, he is taken very ill.
Really strong old lady. When is our friend gonna?
When what?
when is our friend gonna wake up?
Roll me a D4, please.
2.
A 2? He has about 2 more hours before he wakes up.
Oh, good. Okay.
3 hour tour.
I've got a blanket. I will drape it over Larry.
You're not going to take him with you? If you're just going to leave him in the middle of the road?
Yep.
Jesus.
I have got
Go anywhere with y'all.
my cask of ale.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
And I'm 5'2".
Why do you always play such a short character, Will?
How are we going to carry around the guy made of fire?
Yeah.
Your blanket's going to burn up, Ben.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. So the old lady says, thank you. Tell your friend thank you for buying pastries. And she drops one in your hands, Ulag. It's like, here's the one on the house because I know you're going to want more. And she takes your cart and she pushes past y'all. And as she pushes past y'all, you'll hear her saying, pastries for sale. They give you sweet dreams. And as you watch, she disappears into the fog and is gone.
Who has Larry's 10 that he bought?
Larry has them in his bag.
Okay.
Of course. So as y'all are standing in the middle of this road, or in the middle of this town, one of y'all is asleep. You hear crying, children crying come from behind you.
This is in addition to all of the sobbing that we're hearing.
No, the sobbing stopped as soon as the lady showed, but now you're hearing children crying.
Like in a, can we tell
which
what
direction
it's coming from?
Right behind you. It's coming from right behind you, where you turned and you looked and watched to the west as she walked away.
Uh-huh.
And now the east, where you would, where she came from, you're hearing this cry.
I turned to the east.
And when you turn to the east, you see in the middle of the road these 2 children crying uncontrollably.
What?
How far away?
They are about 10 feet from you.
I'll cast a hand and pat one of them on the back. There, little man.
Well, right before you do that with the little boy, it's a little boy and a girl. He starts to speak up, and then the girl who's older shushes him and says, "There's a monster in our house, and our baby brother is trapped inside with it. We need help."
Which one's your house?
And as she said, as you asked that, she points to the south, and right in front of you, or right there on the house, is this tall 3-story house. The gates are like kind of broken off a little bit, and they kind of swing in the wind. It appears that the outside of it looks like everything's okay. It looks better than the other houses that are next to it that look abandoned, but it has been unkept, the yard and the hinges on it. It's almost like the Addams Family or the Munsters house in a way, just a little bit nicer.
What?
That's their house. So that's their house is right there.
Yes.
All right. I'll walk right up to the kids. drop my cask of ale in front of them, and say, I will vanquish your foe, and walk right into the house.
So as you walk into the house, you just do it. You walk into the house. Will casts his mage hand, and to pat one of them on the back. And you don't see this, Nick, and you definitely do not see it, Daniel. You, as the mage hand goes to pat the little girl on the back, as it touches it, they kind of evaporate and disappear.
But I already done this, right?
Yeah, you're already inside. You've already gone inside. Will's the only one standing out in the middle of this gloomy ass street with now 2 ghost kids that have disappeared, and the big dude is passed out asleep on the ground.
I'm just stand there whistling and saying to myself, "You're not scared. You're not." Scared.
So what I'm going to say is, Nick has run into the house. You just stand there kind of with your hands behind your back or in your pocket, just like looking around. And Daniel's over there. He's like,
I don't fight the bad man, but I don't like him either.
I mean, you can go try and wake him up, Will, if you want. Or you can go in the house and leave him. Leave him there.
I am.
Draw a penis on his face.
Isn't that what they did to you?
Yes.
Damn it. I can't talk.
I'm gonna use my mage hand to smack him in the face a little bit. Try to up.
Okay, so again, this is not part of it, but this is my ruling on it. Go ahead and roll a strength check, please. Just a straight strength.
My strength is terrible. Yeah, 5 minus 1, so 4.
All right, so that's 1 slap. Give me 2 more.
To
Roll.
be fair, should he not also have to do a constitution check to see if he put his hands through my hair, which is made of fire?
It's his mage
It's my
hand.
mage hand.
Okay, yeah, my bad. Stay asleep, dumbass.
2 minus 1, so 1.
And then one last one.
17 minus 1, so 16.
16. So you smack him, and that last smack, you just smack the holy shit out of him. And he kind of like jumps like, and now you're awake, Daniel.
I'm fucking hungry.
More pastries.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to say he's going to eat another pastry.
Oh, man.
All right, Will, what do you want to tell him, or what do you want to try and do?
So you ate that pastry and it knocked you right out, and then the old lady, before she walked off, she slapped you in the face and woke you up, and then she disappeared right before you.
Oh, man.
Roll me a deception check, please. All right. And Daniel, give me a insight check.
Oh, nat 20. Blame it on the old lady.
15.
Yeah, so you believe him. He's very convincing that this old lady slapped the shit out of you.
Well, did you slap her back?
She disappeared. I would have. I promise. She disappeared.
I'm not quick to trust people, but I trust you.
Thank you.
I believe you.
And Ulag went running into the house because some kids told him that there's a monster in there.
Tell him to bring back a fucking corn dog. I'm hungry.
Are y'all not going to go in the house with me?
I'll go. I just wanted.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hammer home the fact that I got really stoned and fell asleep and woke up really hungry, and my character gets very mad very easily.
Well, surely there's a kitchen in this house.
Don't call me Shirley and let's go in the house.
All right. So I think that's where we're going to stop for today. Because I think the next time we can run through this house in one session. There is a lot to do in there, but I think this would be a good place. This also be a good, thing for the video so I can edit it down or whatever.
See what it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I hope everybody enjoyed the start of this.
Yeah,
It's good to know that we can get this much material with just like the four of us.
Yeah, and I mean, so I hope everybody enjoyed it, and everybody at home, thanks for watching. I don't know how to do this bullshit, so I'll just make a separate video to put on the end of it. So everybody,
Like, share, and subscribe.
Everybody say goodbye. Don't hang up yet. Just say goodbye.
check here for our other videos, and be sure and hit the subscribe button.
Okay. Why is one trying to show his tit?
That's how you get likes.
I'm
Oh,
teasing the
that's how you
tit
get
for the
likes.
next episode.
Oh, okay.
The tit teaser.
The tit teaser. I gotcha. All right.